Hey everybody, welcome. So, what is that you can hear right now? That's right, it's complete silence. So I built this little space here so that I could finally get on with recording my audiobook, and also as a little space that I can make videos quite easily. I have all of my photography backdrops set up, all hanging from the backgrounds here, so I can just switch out the background and make short little videos whenever I want to. And I live in a pretty noisy house with young children, so I had to create this little space with soundproof walls so that I can actually record without being disrupted. But before I bring all of my gear in here, I actually just wanted to sit and enjoy the space. And I realized that that's something that's actually quite difficult for a lot of people to do, to just be in a room all alone and actually just sit. Our first instinct these days seems to be to grab your cell phone or, to look for some other sort of entertainment. But to actually just sit for 5 minutes without anything going on and just enjoy the space. Now, this might be a little bit extreme, this completely quiet space, and it's actually a little bit difficult to just sit here. There's something about complete silence that does make you feel a little uncomfortable. And I think part of that is that you instantly recognize that voice in your head. You hear every single word that it tries to say. And that's probably why solitary confinement can have a pretty bad effect on a lot of people, because all they can do is listen to that voice in your head. But if you understand that that voice in your head isn't actually you, it's just a primitive mechanism that tries to practice conversations with other people, basically a self-defense measure to avoid saying something stupid. If you can actually understand that, then those thoughts that go through your head just kind of pass by without having any effect on you. And then you can really enjoy a space like this. And the more that you look at those conversations as though they're something separate, then that's actually what happens. You get a little bit of separation there between you and that voice, and you start to see it for what it is. So even though it might be uncomfortable to sit with your own thoughts, if you actually go into it with that one notion that those thoughts are not me, then you can actually do wonders to your mental health, because you actually understand now where those conversations are coming from. And that just makes it so much easier to ignore them completely. And the more that you ignore them, the quieter your mind becomes, until you actually get to the point, hopefully one day, where you experience a completely silent mind without any conversation in your head. And when that happens, you'll realize you can walk around the world without judging anything or anybody, and that cuts out on so much drama within your body. When your mind isn't constantly looking for danger and trying to anticipate conversations with other people, you'll find that things naturally become so much more enjoyable. Even things that you may have normally complained about in the past, all of a sudden you feel this sense of joy inside that really transforms your whole being. And that's the inner peace that a lot of people strive to achieve. And it is definitely very attainable, but it does require effort. You have to deliberately go out of your way to try to find silence and stillness, and try to understand what is going on in your mind. And like I said, as soon as you can see the conversations are just driven by stimulation around you, and your mind is basically trying to figure out how it can avoid being criticized, or a preemptive criticism it can make of somebody else, because of course that makes your ego feel safe and secure. If you can be better than somebody else and make a preemptive criticism, then your ego feels fine. And if you can defend yourself against a criticism that somebody else might be making, then again, your ego feels safe. But once you spot that is literally all your mind is doing, then all of those conversations can go away completely. You find that they are completely unnecessary. So I know it's probably too much for people to create a completely silent space like this. I'm really going to enjoy this, I think, for the next few weeks before I start to bring all of my camera gear in and recording stuff. But if you can just sit in your living room without turning the TV on, just enjoy the space and the natural noises that are going on around you, and try not to judge them. And instead, try to see where those conversations are coming from. So I hope that this little video helps you find your own inner peace. It's something that we all deserve, and something that we all seem to be striving for these days. But again, it's an active process. You can't just expect it to happen on its own. You have to go out of your way to find it. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.